Now for tying the sparkle damsel, we're going to require a few materials. One of the RX wet fly hooks in a size 12. We're also going to use the Tyrell copper beads in a 3mm. I like copper for this fly because it doesn't overweight the fly. Tungsten can overweight the fly and it actually them sinking too fast in shallow water. Then we'll also need some CDC feathers, dyed olive, some olive marabou, and for the body, an olive spectra dub. Now in tying this sparkle damsel, we've got a size 12 wet fly hook, and I use a 3mm brass bead, but in copper. And I use the brass rather than tungsten because often you're fishing this fly in quite shallow water, and you want to really be able to control the way you fish it rather than having the weight of the bead dictating how fast you fish the fly. So I find that copper works better in these flies rather than tungsten for that reason. Now the tail is a light olive marabou. And we'll just prepare that. We'll cut those butts off there. I'm tying in behind the back of the bead here. We're using again an olive thread on this, and as I do with all my marabou, come down to the bend of the hook, then lift it up and put a couple of wraps in the back. It makes it a lot easier to untangle when you get some tail wraps in it. Now we'll break that off about 1 inch long. Because remember, we're imitating a damsel here, so that's about the right length there. Now we'll put some wax on that just to help hold the dubbing as we spin the dubbing on. And we're using a light spectra dub here. It's a light green spectra dub. So this is it's quite a flashy little fly, this one. It's really designed to really catch the fish's attention. And we want to dub quite tightly with this. We want a slim body on this fly, not a big bulky body, quite a slim little body. So we'll just come down, starting there near the, and just lightly dubbing, keeping that quite slim, coming forward to the front. And that's nice. Now this is where we make our dubbing loop. So come up around, and then it's important then to go around a couple of times, and that brings the two pieces of thread together so that you can trap the CDC, which we're going to put into that loop. Now this is where our clip comes into play. We'll get a piece of the olive CDC. There's our olive CDC, and you capture that in the clip, leaving about 2 to 3 mil sticking out from the quill there, the centre of that feather. Just cut that off. And that's what you're left with. Now we're going to capture that now in the dubbing loop. Caught that, take that away, spin at the back there, and we can spin that up. Now just wind that around at the front, so we're creating a collar there at the front of all this olive CDC. When that's used the whole lot up, then cross over your threads and capture that there. Just cut that off, and then stroke everything back and come in and whip finish. Again, you can use a couple of whip finishes in that. This is our sparkle damsel. Very simple fly to tie, but you can imagine when that's in the water, you've got a huge amount. You've got the sparkle for a start, but then you've got wonderful movement in the mobility of the marabou in the tail and with that CDC collar. So a very versatile fly. You can use it as a single fly off the bank, or you can put it into a team as well if you're fishing out in the boat. The sparkle damsel.